have about 4 weeks left in the season, so it's time for me to go through my top 3 builds for every class in the game for this season, Season of the Deep. As usual, I'm going to start off with the best class in the game, Hunters. Our first build here is going to be based around the exotic Gyrfalcon's Hauberg. And if you know me, you know this is hands down my favorite build in the game. It makes everything go boom. It's a good time. You can use it in PvP and PvE, which makes this one of the most versatile builds that I've used in the game. Wasting no time, though, we're going to hop right into the subclass, starting with the Deadfall Tether. Then we have Marksman Dodge to reload our weapons. Triple jump, or whatever jump you like, obviously snare bomb, and then vortex grenades. Our aspects will be vanishing step and stylish executioner. When we look at our fragments here, we're going to go with Echo of Remnants, Echo of Persistence, Echo of Undermining, and then finally Echo of Starvation. For stats in the build, definitely focus on resilience and then discipline and then mobility, so we can regen both our dodge and our grenades back faster, as well as have the most damage resistance. In the artifact, make sure you pick up these specific mods to benefit the Void subclass. Authorized mods Void, Unto the Breach, Protective Breach, and then Supernova. Finally, the weapons that I like to use with this is definitely the Riptide in the kinetic slot. I'm pretty sure Riptide will be in every single one of my builds just because of how strong it is against champions and just in general. And we have Wave Splitter because this trace rifle is immaculate to pair alongside this build with all the orbs we make. And then finally, I like to use either Commemoration or Corrective Measure for my heavy, just so we can get a lot of damage with our LMGs and clear as many adds as possible while making the most amount of explosions. Our armor mods are going to start with the helmet being Void Siphon, Stasis Siphon, and then Dynamo. Typically on the gauntlets I'd have Firepower and then Momentum Transfer and Impact Induction, but you know, Impact Induction and Momentum Transfer are disabled, so just kind of throw on whatever alongside Firepower. On our chest piece, I run triple of whatever resistance that I want, so feel free to do that, or run it charged up if you want. On the boots here, I run Innervation alongside 2 Void Weapon Surges to get more damage out of our Void Weapons. And then finally on our cloak, we're going to go with 2 bombers and a Reaper. Moving on to the second build here in the video, I have a double whammy exotic for you. It's going to be Assassin's Cowl as well as Star Eater Scales. The mods are going to stay the exact same throughout. It's just basically for solo content with Assassin's Cowl, and then if you want to do boss DPS, go with Star Eater Scales. In our subclass here, we're going to utilize the Gathering Storm Super alongside Gambler's Dodge to get our melee back, triple jump, whatever jump you want, combination blow, and then pulse grenades. Our aspects are going to be both lethal current as well as flow state. And then for our fragments, we're going to go with Spark of Resistance, Spark of Shock, Spark of Magnitude, and then Spark of Feedback. And then for the stats to pair alongside this build, I go with High Resilience, High Recovery, and then High Discipline. We don't need Strength or Mobility because our dodge and our melee will refund those simultaneously. In our artifact here, to make sure you get the most benefits out of it, grab Authorized Mods Arc, as well as Authorized Mods Melee, and then Amped Up, Thunderous Retort, Electric Armor, and Lightning Strikes Twice. For our armor mods here, we're going to go with Hands-On, Harmonic Siphon, and Dynamo on our helmet. And then on our gauntlets, run Firepower Heavy-Handed, and then either Impact Deduction or Momentum Transfer when they're not disabled. On the chest piece, again, triple resistance. That's what I like to run, and you could run charged up too. On our boots here, we're going to run an Absolution so we can reduce all ability cooldowns when we pick up an orb, and then 2 Arc Weapon Surges. On our cloak, we're going to run 2 Bombers and then a Reaper. Finally, moving on to our final build in this video here, we're going to go with the 6 Coyote on Strand Hunter. I love 6 Coyote for Strand Hunters as I think you get the most benefit out of it with getting 2 of the Ensnaring Slams. Taking a look at the subclass here, we're going to go with Silk Strike, obviously, for the super, then Marksman Dodge alongside Triple Jump or whatever jump you want, Threaded Spike, and then Shackle Grenades. Our aspects are going to be both Widow Silk and Ensnaring Slam. And then for our fragments, we're going to go with Thread of Generation, Thread of Warding, Thread of Continuity, and Thread of Transmutation. For stats in this build, go for High Mobility, High Resilience, and then High Discipline so we can get the most usage out of all of our abilities. For weapons here, make sure you grab some sort of strand weapon in the kinetic slot. You can go with a fusion, auto rifle, SMG, whatever you want to do here. For the energy slot, I like to go with Wave Splitter because picking up orbs will allow us to get that overcharged power on the Wave Splitter and just do a lot more damage with it. You could run anything else here though. And then for the heavy, take some sort of strand weapon as well. I like Caraxis's Distress because it's the only strand GL in the game right now, but it's pretty strong too. You could also run an LMG like Circular Logic, or you could even run the new rocket launcher from Solstice. And then in the artifact here, the ones you want to grab are Authorized Mods Strand, Authorized Mods Melee, Improved Unraveling, Strand Soldier, and then Conductive Cosmic Needle. Finally, for our armor mods here, make sure you grab Dynamo, Harmonic Siphon, and then whatever siphon for your energy weapon. On the gauntlets, again, I like to run heavy-handed here, and then make sure you grab either Momentum Transfer or Impact Deduction, Focusing Strike, or Bolstering Detonation when these aren't disabled. Again, on the chest piece, Resistance mods across the board or a Charged Up. On the boots, I actually have Recuperation, Better Already, and then Absolution, so we can get a little bit more health regen and survivability on this build. And then finally, on our cloak here, we're going to go with Reaper, Powerful Attraction, and then Bomber. Personally, these are the 3 builds that I see the most benefit out of this season, and with all 3 of these subclasses getting some sort of benefit from the artifact, it just makes them that much better in the current sandbox. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscription to the channel. They are free and help me out a ton. And if you guys want to check out some more of my content, I have short form content over on TikTok. And if you want to catch some live streams, head on over to my Twitch or Kick channel, and they will be linked in the description below. I appreciate you guys making it to the end of the video, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.